Welcome, Transformer fans. My name is Composite Enerjoe, and with me is
your wifey, Composite Enerjane.
there we go. You hopefully were able to hear in the background. So yeah, today my wife and I, Jane and Joe, that's us respectively, will be reviewing the Transformers Cyberverse Ultra Class Alpha Trion. And here he is in his alt mode, which is a stylized spaceship, it's a Cybertronian spaceship. Yeah, here it is. Well, Jane, what do you think?
I think it looks pretty cool.
All right. Anything else?
No.
All right. That's all I needed to know. I love you. All right. So, yeah, here he is. Pretty good, pretty okay. Sadly, when you turn around, you see his face, but, you don't usually look underneath the ship. So, yeah, this Ultra Class is pretty big. Very nice. Very nice. Pretty decent detail. The ship could be better, but it does have a neat little action feature. There's a button here that if you push in, it does this. Pulls out these little effects parts, which are these laser blasts, which is neat. Just put it back in. And that's pretty much it. Doesn't really do anything else. It's pretty much a brick, which kind of extends into his a robot mode. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this vehicle mode. It doesn't really do anything else. It's okay. I think this front part being way too thin isn't that great. So let's get on with transformation, which is pretty simple. Let's see. Pull these up, back, put that apart, split it, fold out legs, and then fold. Make sure to fold this back. Straighten out, fold, have this back, straighten out, forward, and then tweak the arms, and then let me adjust the camera a bit, and there we have Alpha Trion in his robot mode. And Jane, what do you think? Transformed him. It's a pretty easy transformation. You like him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks pretty cool. Huh. Yeah, he's a bit top heavy. But yeah, here's Alpha Trion in his robot mode. Take a look at that head sculpt. Very nice, very nice. This does at least give off Alpha Trion vibes if you're familiar with the character. So this does at least look like him. A little bulky than usual, but it does look like him, and that's pretty cool. And sadly, that's the best thing it has going for him, is that the design-wise is actually very nice. However, his articulation is limited, to say the least. All he can do is just move his arms in and out, bend the elbows forward, and that far back. Legs can go out, bend out in a little. This can't fold up. He can kind of bend the knee, but this will be in the way. So if you mess with it, he has a better knee bend, but it's pretty restricted. And there goes the panel. And yeah, careful. This thing tends to pop off. How is this? There we go. So yeah, articulation wise, he's not the best. It's not much. Literally, the one thing he has going for him is that he's fairly big. He's roughly Voyager size. And if you wonder, the button I think still works. Yep. So if you want it, because these panels are supposed to be folded back to resemble a cape, but it's still connected to the feature, so it still works. So just fold it back. But yeah, outside of that, that's all he can do. He barely moves. He's pretty much a brick through and through. But he's all right. He's at least big. He's a big figure. Looks really nice. Not too much articulation. Let's do some size comparison. So here we have Ratchet and Cliff Jumper. So as you can see, he is fairly big. But sadly, lacks some basic articulation. He really does barely move. Oh, he does have a swivel here, but with all the stuff behind him, it just blocks everything. So yeah, overall Alpha Trion here looks cool, but it doesn't really do much. He's alright. Yeah, he does look nice on a shelf. He does look like a very good looking Alpha Trion. So yeah, overall, he's okay. I want an Alpha Trion, and he's one of the best looking ones, but yeah, he's alright. So Jane, any closing thoughts?
I like his coloring.
Mm-hmm.
I like, it's not like a contrasting color, but it's a contrasting color.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree. That's honestly the best thing about him, because like feature-wise, he doesn't do much, which is a shame, but he does at least look cool. So yeah, this has been our review of the Transformers Cyberverse Ultra Class Alpha Trion. And well, before signing off, my love, do you know who Alpha Trion is by any chance? Okay, I'd be surprised if you did, because he doesn't even show up in any of the movies.
Interesting.
Yeah, who he is, depending on what continuity you follow.
Mm-hmm.
In his first appearance, he was Optimus Prime. At the time, before he was called Prime, Optimus was called Orion Pax. You follow?
Yes.
Okay, so Optimus Prime used to be called Orion Pax, and he was basically a librarian.
Pax, like P-A-X, like peace?
Yes, like peace. He was Orion Peace. And his job was something called a data clerk, which on Cybertron, I believe is supposed to be the equivalent of like a librarian.
Mm-hmm.
So that was Optimus Prime. And it's been a while since I saw the episode that explains this, but essentially the Decepticons attack.
Mm-hmm.
Orion gets injured.
Right.
So Alpha Trion, who is his mentor, saves him by giving him an experimental upgrade.
Right.
So then Orion Pax gets upgraded into Optimus Prime. That's, I think, the original version from at least the Generation 1 cartoon. More recently, what they've done with the character is that they straight up made him one of the Primes. One of the original 13 Transformers known as the Primes. But he doesn't have the title of Prime, which is a little confusing, but he is considered one of the Primes. And each Prime gives like a contribution to Cybertron, to the Cybertronians. Mm-hmm. And his was his great intelligence. Right. I'm pretty sure that's how that goes. So yeah, that's pretty much who Alpha Trion is. So he's pretty important. He was back in the day, back in G1, and even more recent, they made him, I guess they even elevated him to even higher. So yeah, that's Alpha Trion. Pretty cool. Yeah, so yeah, this has been our review of the Ultra Class Cyberverse Transformers Alpha Trion, not necessarily in order. So this is Composite Enerjoe and Composite Enerjane signing off.
Peace.
Peace out.